Segment is sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're open up the phone lines here, 737-7767, and we hope you got a great question.
Give us a call, give us a question, fishing, comment, whatever you got.
Seniors.
Yeah, if you're interested in fishing the seniors trail, or just got a question, or if you've seen some of this water and you know what the lakes are doing somewhere.
Water, you ain't been looking.
I tell you what, you got to wear your rubber boots.
Well, it's bad because, Brandon, what's happened is the water is saturated the ground so that the ground is repelling the water.
Nowhere else for it to go.
It's nowhere to go. I mean, you know, we're talking about from the center of the earth out is saturated.
It is all over the place. I mean,
but you know what I was amazed about? I saw the records on Channel 5 this morning. We're in the top 5 this year, but 1880 was the wettest February ever.
I knew that they were getting close.
I don't remember that. Do you remember that?
You know what? I think it was the week after I was born.
2 young to remember, weren't you?
I had to throw it out there. We got 2 callers.
We do. Who we have on?
Jim, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, you?
Yes, sir.
Jim Dillon.
Oh, Lord, how you doing, Jim?
I finally got you back on TV. Anyway, I just want to say I watch the show, I love it, enjoy it. But I don't think you can fish seniors because you got to be at least 50s.
I am, buddy. I'm fixing. Hey, by the way, just so everybody knows, my birthday's next Wednesday. I'll be 58. So send money.
You're legit. You can't get on the tour.
I can't. I'm older than Dave.
I wanted to tell Dave, you know, I love the tournament trail because I fished it when Wayne and Cheryl was running it, and I talked to Dave because I work with Dave occasionally. And I told him, I said, you know, it's just hard for us to turn loose of that kind of money because you're targeting the seniors that are retired, or the majority of them are. So I think they need to come up with some other way of payment instead of putting, you know, that's $1,000. So that's hard to come up with, somebody that's retired at our age. So
one of the things.
Love you, Shell. Y'all take care. Love you. Bye.
Thank you,
Thanks, Jim. One of the things that we're going to do next year, and the reason we need to get our applications out early at the end of the next season, is to set up payment plan for people who want to fish. Now, we normally end our tournament applications by March the 9th, a week before the tournament. This year, we're going to allow people, if they want to fish it at the last minute, they want to bring their money and pay at the ramp at that time, they can do that. They have to pay for the first 2 tournaments plus their association fees, which would be $340 in total. But you can bring it in cash, or you can bring a credit card, and we have it set up now so we can swipe a credit card and get you so you can go out and fish the tournament trail. So, but I guarantee you, next year we're going to have a system where you can pay it over a period of time rather than just 2 big lump sum payments, because I know it's hard.
You're talking. This is March.
Yes.
You could have started this back in January, and people could be making monthly payments starting in January.
Actually, we should have started this in November.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and that was my suggestion back then, but we weren't organized enough back then to do that. But we are going forward. That's one of the reasons I'm tournament director, is so that we can get some of these things implemented, so that it'll make it easier for people to join.
Well, Jim's right that you could do it over a year span, and it won't hurt people quite so much.
Right.
And he's right. Fixed income, when you're over the 50 mark, a lot of people are on fixed income. So,
absolutely.
I don't know about y'all, but you know, $1,000 here and there adds up pretty quick. It's hard to find sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it never fails. Always have a flat tire or something that comes up.
That's when it happens. Your washing machine blows up.
The washing machine. You're right. You've been there.
Hey, it's tough on a young guy with 2 kids at home, too.
That's exactly right. But I tell you what, Jim, we appreciate you calling. And we had another caller. Robert, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, he is Brandon.
Hey, how are you?
How's the show?
Thank you.
Don, my question is about the turkeys. Have y'all seen a big decline in y'all's population where y'all hunt?
Yes, I have for sure. I don't know exactly what's behind it. TWRA started running some research last year. You'll talk to some people that tell you they don't see any difference in the numbers, and I have some close friends that, you know, their farms don't seem to be affected, but I have 3 farms in particular that we personally hunt that the numbers are down dramatically on 2 of them in particular. One has gone from 80 or 90 birds on average about 4 years ago till this past year we saw 2 longbeards through the whole season.
That's
So
not good.
it is, and of course, you know, we're under very strict management. I mean, everything is done very carefully. So yes, and I have indeed seen them dropping.
Yeah. I live in southwestern Hickman County.
Yeah.
And places I used to see birds in every field just about. It's been, I mean, scarce.
It has. I think it's a combination, in my opinion, with turkeys, you've got such a combination of things that can cause that. You got super wet springs, hay's coming up quicker, and farmers are cutting hay a little bit early before the hatches. You've got predator problems where predators getting pushed into tighter and tighter areas because of construction and things. There's just a lot of different factors that can actually add up to that. The good thing about turkeys are, rather than like deer or something like that, their numbers can bounce back fairly fast as well.
Quick.
So if we can have a couple of good springs in a row with some real good hatches, you may not ever know the difference in another 2 or 3 years. So that is the good news about it anyway.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I still say that some of these birds and things that we're protecting are taking advantage of
They're
a lot of
definitely
stuff.
taking their share. I mean, like I say, I think it's
Hawks.
it's just a
I
multitude
hate
of
to keep
factors.
pointing that
you
out,
know.
but hawks are bad. They're so numerous. There's every highline pole now has got a hawk sitting on it, and they eat. And those little baby poults running around there are
They look like
sandwich.
little Cornish game hens.
Yeah, little
too.
Cornish game hens right
They
there.
do.
That's
They
a
do.
sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. But you're right. We've seen a decline. Even I have to point out my good friend Roy Denny. I mean, Roy and I have seen 300 plus birds on his place, and now we're lucky to see 60, 70.
He's still got birds, but
He's
it's
still
not
got
near
them,
what it was.
but not nearly what it used to be. So yeah, there's been a decline, but you said also TWR is looking into it.
They are. They started some studies this past year, and I think it's ongoing. I believe it was a 3 or 4 year process.
Thank you, Robert. We appreciate you.
Thank you for calling.
All right, we got
Good.
Ed. Ed, how can we help you tonight?
Dude, hey there, brother. I'm a little late getting to the show tonight, but I thought I'd give you a quick call here. I've
Sure.
never missed a show. I'm just a little late. But the gentleman over on the right, Dave,
Yes.
did he used to work at Academy Sports in Cool Springs?
Yes, sir.
No,
Not the Cool Springs.
I actually was there a lot, and every once in a while they would catch me loafing around and make me work. But I was there for 13 years.
I was
and
fixing to say, you worked there.
I did. I worked in Cool Springs.
I've seen you in there. We've talked several times. That's why I'm calling. I saw you over there, and I knew that was you.
Yeah.
But I have had several times where we've talked, and you've given me tremendous tips, great patience, good knowledge, good wisdom, great conversation. I just want to say hey to you and appreciate all the help in the past, and hope you're doing well, and it's certainly good to see you.
Great. Thanks for calling. I really appreciate that.
Well, that's awesome, and I guarantee you didn't give him any GPS coordinates, did you?
No.
Okay. I'd have been mad. Who else we got next, Taylor? Nikki, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, you, how you doing?
We're doing great, brother.
I'm a first caller, and I'd like to know about the big crappie that was caught in South Carolina.
Santee Cooper. It weighed 7 pounds 2 ounces.
Yeah, I was going to say I couldn't remember the ounces, but
7 pounds 2 ounces.
And I got an answer for it on Hugh there on how many sandwiches does it make?
Yeah, hey, let me tell you something. A 7-pound, 2-ounce
That's a few
crappie.
sandwiches.
That's about at least 10 sandwiches.
Yeah. You can make them big po' boys out of
Because by the time you clean it, you still got half, and you know, I'll figure a half a pound of sandwich.
Yeah, that's about right.
But I'll tell you what, Digger, we appreciate it. That was something to see. It was all over Facebook there for a while. And I just had to share it because that's a mighty big crappie.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big crappie. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
you.
We appreciate you. And we got Taylor, who? Donald on 5. Donald, how can we help you tonight?
Yes, sir. I got a question.
Sure.
Somebody give me an answer or put me in touch with somebody who tells me what's going on with all the milfoil on the Tennessee River, why they keep killing it all. And I will hang up and listen.
I wish that I could give you a direct phone number because I'm the same way. That's TVA control.
It is.
It's
I was
not
gonna say,
Corps of
that's not
Engineers.
Corps and it's not TWRA.
That's Tennessee Valley Authority. Here's what they will tell you. You think we haven't called already? We've called. They didn't build that lake for fishermen. They built that lake for the traffic barges and stuff and commerce, and they didn't build it for fishermen. So that kind of, you know, when you get talked to like that, you're kind of at the low part of the totem pole when you're a fisherman. But at some point in time, I believe that the counties have to get involved and go, you know what, Kentucky Lake is a big financial commerce for our county. Benton County, Hickman County, Humphreys County, all of them need to harp on the fact that vacations and tourism and all that being brought in from Kentucky Lake is important to the county financial being. And when that starts happening, that's when I think you're going to get results.
And you don't think that won't work? Just remember what we did at Old Hickory when they tried to stop us from fishing right below the dams at Old Hickory.
You know, that guy is somewhere up north in Alaska. So I heard he got shipped way up there.
He's doing ice fishing duty now up there.
He is. Hey, I tell you what, we've got to take a break. And no, we got to do our tip.
We got our tip of the week.
All right.
This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Davison Farmers Co-op. You can go down and see them. They're right there off of Briley Parkway on Dickerson Road. And they've got a lot of sales going on, a lot of winter stuff clearing out right now, new spring stuff coming in. So get down there and get your feed or your seed or whatever you need. Some clothing for next year. And I've actually asked Dave if he would do our tip tonight, and he's got something for us. So
Yeah.
What you got, Dave?
This is called the old man's way of getting out a bird's nest. This goes back probably 30, 40 years.
Okay.
I have people bringing in their reels all the time with bird nests in them, and I show them, I say, okay, this is the way I like to do it. There's times when you're not going to be successful, but a lot of times they can if you do it this way. What you do is you tighten down the star drag as tight as you can get it. You let some line out, and then you put your finger out here and reel it in, and you put your thumb down on the spool as hard as you can put it on there and reel it back in like this, okay? And then once you get it tightened up, you release it out and then you pull it out. And every time you do that, you'll find you're pulling out some more line. And you just keep doing it back and forth until you get that line will sooner or later will loosen itself up, because that's what's happened. This line here has tightened up when you overspool, and it's flip-flopped over each other. And once you get that line moving a little bit, it will release a lot of times that bird's nest that you seem to hit.
Professional overlays.
There you go. And you never get rid of them. I mean, you're always going to have them every once in a while.
Yeah, that's right.
But this always seemed to work, and like I say, I've used this for quite a long time.
I love the fact that you can take it to Academy and they'll get it out.
Well,
I like that part.
I find that as a challenge a lot. I tell you what, the people bring some stuff in, and I'm going, holy cow, how'd you do this?
All right, Chris, we're headed your way, brother.
Yeah, that's right. We got to take a break. We'll be back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.